Imagine stepping into a time machine and journeying back to the Arab world before 2010. The air bristles with a mix of tension and resignation, a stark contrast to the vibrant culture and rich history that the region is known for. The political landscape is dominated by autocratic regimes, with leaders holding an iron grip on power, often for decades. Democracy is a dream yet to be realized, and political freedoms are scarce. The economy is in a state of turmoil, marked by high unemployment rates, especially among the youth. It's a world where opportunity often feels like a mirage, vanishing just as it's within reach. Corruption is widespread, seeping into every corner of society, further exacerbating the economic distress. Socially, discontent simmers beneath the surface, fueled by the lack of political freedoms and economic opportunities. It's a society on the brink, just waiting for a spark to ignite the flame of rebellion. Indeed, the Arab world was a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. Fast forward to December 2010, and the Arab world was on the brink of a seismic shift. It all started in Tunisia, where Mohamed Bouazizi, a street vendor, in an act of desperation and protest, set himself on fire. This tragic event sparked a wave of protests across the country, a roar of collective frustration against corruption, economic hardship, and lack of political freedom. The flames of discontent soon spread, and within a month, the seemingly unshakable government of President Zine El Abidine Ben Ali crumbled. After 23 years in power, Ben Ali fled to Saudi Arabia, leaving his country in the hands of a hopeful yet uncertain populace. But the fire of revolution did not stop at Tunisia's borders. It leaped across to Egypt, where the 30-year rule of President Hosni Mubarak was challenged by the Egyptian people. The domino effect was in full swing, and the Arab Spring was now in motion. As the wave of revolution swept across the Arab world, no country was immune. Libya, Yemen, and Syria were among the nations significantly affected. In Libya, the Arab Spring led to the fall of Gaddafi's 4-decade-long regime, a seismic shift that left the country in a state of political instability. Yemen, on the other hand, saw the stepping down of President Saleh, ending his 3-decade rule, but also leading to internal power struggles and conflict. Then there's Syria, where the Arab Spring catalyzed a brutal, ongoing civil war that has caused immeasurable suffering and displacement. Protests also erupted in other nations like Bahrain, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia. Even though these didn't culminate in regime change, they signaled a widespread desire for reform and change. The Arab Spring had a ripple effect, spreading far beyond the borders of Tunisia and Egypt, where it all began. The Arab Spring had forever changed the political landscape of the Arab world. The Arab Spring was a historical chapter that left an indelible mark on the Arab world. To comprehend the magnitude of this phenomenon, we delved into the Arab world's pre-2010 conditions, where autocratic rule, corruption, unemployment, and social inequality were rampant. The spark that ignited this wave of change originated in Tunisia, where a tragic self-immolation act by a street vendor spurred widespread protests. The Arab Spring didn't stop at Tunisia's borders. It rapidly spread to other countries, each with its unique narrative, but all united by a common desire for freedom and democracy. Egypt, Libya, Yemen, and Syria, among others, found themselves in the whirlwind of this revolution. In the aftermath, the struggle continues. Many countries are still wrestling with ongoing conflicts and the arduous journey towards democracy. While the Arab Spring may not have fully achieved its objectives, it undeniably sparked a desire for change that continues to resonate across the Arab world.